John's in Kingston. Good evening, John.
Oh, hello, good evening. Yeah, I'd just like to say, I mean, I think it's totally ridiculous that we ever went into Libya. I can't believe it. I mean, they went in on the pretense that the majority of Libyans were being persecuted by Colonel Gaddafi. Well, I don't believe that for a minute. If so fewer people were on his side, it would have been over ages ago, with all our support for the rebels, with the bombing. I mean, they went in with the pretense of a no-fly zone. It's a funny no-fly zone, bombing people, you know, to hell type of idea. And as far as I'm concerned, obviously, Colonel Gaddafi is no friend to the West, and I'm not saying he's a good bloke. But you tell me what other leader on a so-called democracy, like we supposedly have here in America, although we only have two parties each to choose from, and as far as I'm concerned, there's no difference between them. But you tell me what other than a dictator has survived 42 years of leadership in any country? Because
John, I don't want it to get about. Now, there's a question of intervening, but I don't want to get about that Colonel Gaddafi was some pleasant, nice, old family uncle. I mean, Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch, two very respected organisations, well, they've published enough reports to paper your hall and your stairs and probably your bathroom and your bedroom and your kitchen and your dining room too about his human rights abuses.
Look, we commit enough human rights abuses. There's apparently enough abuses going on by the rebel forces. Why they're called the rebel forces, we have to wonder. Now, I'm not saying he's a saint, and I'm not saying he hasn't done a lot wrong, but for us to get involved in foreign disputes when the majority of Libya probably wanted Gaddafi, as far as I'm concerned, is more than meets the eye. Yeah. I mean, we've gone in there on behalf of the bankers at the end of the day, because it wasn't so long ago, a couple of years ago, Tony Blair and all the other leaders of the world were over there shaking hands with him. I've seen all the pictures. You know they was all over there doing deals. We let the Lockerbie, well, maybe Lockerbie bomber go from Scotland. What deals were done or weren't done, and who reneged on the deals, the odds are is that Gaddafi would not follow through, would not join up with OPEC, would not join up with Goldman Sachs, etc. So they went in there. He was bringing out his own gold currency. We don't have a gold standard on our currency. He was bringing out the gold currency, and the dollar is under so much threat at the moment, as are all currencies. And that's what brought about the war, as far as I'm concerned. Once again, we've gone into a war purely on behalf of the bankers. Now, you can say there's a lot of Libyan people...
Hang on, John, isn't there a contradiction here in your argument that you say Tony Blair's over there shaking hands, it's all pally, and so we're doing deals with him, we're releasing McGrahy and he goes off, and then you're saying we're going in for the bankers? Surely we had pretty good economic ties with Libya anyway.
Because we've been after Colonel Gaddafi, as you know, for a long time. Now, they went over there to strike deals because he's an extremely rich person, as you know, and with all the oil over there, etc. But I'm not saying it's an oil issue on its own. It's far greater than that. Now, they've gone in there, but he won't follow through with the deal. He won't sign up to OPEC, and he won't sign up to the globalist banks. They tried. They went in there. They shook hands with him. But that's no reason to go and bomb him to hell, is it?
John, do you ever think there is a case for intervening militarily in another country?
It's difficult. Maybe.
I agree it's difficult.
If it was a perfect world, I would say yes, definitely. But since, like the laws in England, exactly the same as the laws in England, there's no even-handedness to what we do. If everything was kept on a level and there seemed to be even-handedness, that we went into places where we needed to intervene for dictators or whoever who were committing atrocities, I would say yes. But there is no even-handedness, as you know. The places we've gone into because there's reasons, banking reasons, on behalf of bankers. We've got troops dying around the world purely because our governments are puppet governments, and they're going in there on the basis of large business.
Sierra Leone?
Sorry?
Sierra Leone in Africa, West Africa?
Yeah, I know Sierra Leone.
Where is that? Is it?
Diamond, the blood diamond,
right.
Yeah.
All right, Kosovo?
It's endless.
Yeah.
The story goes on, as you know. And now there's no reason we've ever gone in anywhere other than on the basis of currency. We've never gone in to save a people. Let's be honest. And as I say, a leader who's taken over a country, you tell me what leader has been voted in for 42 years? Because however good you are, I'm not saying
well,
it's good.
but come on, Johnny. Johnny wouldn't have lasted 42 years in a democracy. I just don't believe that.
No, that's what I'm saying. Of course, no one would, because you're going to, however good you are, and I'm not saying it's good, but however good you are, you're going to upset a fraction of the people as the years roll on. There's people who are going to get their backs up to what you're doing. Now, as far as I'm concerned, in terms of the living standard out there for the Libyan people who got on with Gaddafi, I'm not talking about the fringes, fringe in Egypt, Tunisia, which are where the rebels are all from, but the people in Libya itself, they had a good standard of living, probably better than we got at the moment.
John, you're certainly right about that and most of them. Thanks for that. You've had a good old go.